If you're always broke, no matter how hard you work or how much you make, I need you to stop what you're doing and listen. Because I'm about to tell you the one step that changes everything. Not 10 steps. Not a complicated system. Just one thing you can do today that will break the cycle of being broke. I was stuck in that cycle for years. Working full-time, making decent money, but always broke. Always stressed. Always one unexpected expense away from disaster. I tried budgeting. I tried cutting expenses. I tried making more money. Nothing stuck until I figured out this one foundational step. And here's what nobody tells you. If you skip this step, everything else you try will fail. All the budgeting apps, all the saving money tips, all the financial advice in the world won't work if you don't start here first. This step takes about 20 minutes. It costs nothing. And it's the difference between staying broke forever and actually building financial stability. Let me show you exactly what it is. If you want simple and practical tips like this, hit that like button right now and subscribe to Liberty Money. We post new videos every single day to help you break free from being broke. And turn on that notification bell so you don't miss anything. The one step. Figure out your real income versus real expenses. Here's the one step that changes everything. You need to know your real numbers. Not what you think you make and spend. Not rough estimates. Your actual, real numbers. How much money comes in every month, and how much goes out. Most people who are always broke don't actually know these numbers. They have a general idea of their paycheck, but they don't know their exact take-home after taxes. They know rent is due, but they haven't added up all their monthly bills. They buy groceries and gas, but couldn't tell you how much they spend on each. This is the foundation of all personal finance. You cannot manage money you don't understand. You cannot create a budget without real numbers. You cannot save what you don't know you have. Everything starts with knowing exactly what comes in and exactly what goes out. I sat down with a notebook and spent 20 minutes writing down every source of income and every monthly expense I had. It was unmissable. I discovered I was spending more than I made, which explained why I was always broke. But you can't fix a problem you won't acknowledge. This is basic financial literacy that changes lives. Not complicated investment strategies. Not side hustles. Just knowing your real numbers. It sounds too simple to matter, but this is where every financial turnaround begins. Do you know your real numbers, or are you operating on assumptions and hope? Why this step matters more than everything else. Let me tell you why this one step is more important than every other piece of financial advice you ever get. Because without real numbers, you're flying blind. When you don't know your numbers, you make decisions based on feelings instead of facts. You think you can afford something because your checking account looks okay. You skip saving because you don't have extra money. You stay stressed because you never know if you're actually doing fine or secretly drowning. This is why budgeting for beginners fails so often. People create beautiful budgets with perfect categories and neat percentages, but the numbers aren't based on reality. They're based on what sounds reasonable or what some article said they should spend. Then real life happens and the budget falls apart in week 1. Money management starts with truth. Once you know your real numbers, everything else becomes clear. You know exactly how much you can save. You know where you need to cut. You know if you need to make more money or if you just need to reallocate what you have. I discovered I was making $3,400 per month after taxes, but spending $3,650. No wonder. I was always broke. I was losing $250 every single month and didn't even know it. Once I saw that number on paper, I knew exactly what needed to change. Can you fix a problem you can't measure? How to calculate your real monthly income the right way? Let's start with income, and I want you to do this right. Don't use your gross salary. Don't estimate. Use your actual take-home pay after all. Deductions, taxes, health insurance, retirement contributions, everything. Look at your last 3 paychecks. What actually hit your bank account? If you're paid bi-weekly, multiply that by 2.17 to get your monthly average. If you're paid weekly, multiply by 4.33. If you're paid twice a month, multiply by 2. This is your real monthly income. If your income varies because you're hourly, freelance, or have irregular hours, take the last 6 months of deposits and divide by 6. Use the lower end as your baseline. It's better to budget conservatively with variable income than to overestimate and come up short. Include any other regular income, side gigs, child support, rental income, whatever consistently comes in, but only count it if it's reliable. Don't include money you hope to make or occasional windfalls. Those are bonuses, not baseline income. For me, My take-home was $3,400 per month. Not my salary, not what I told people I made, the actual money that showed up in my account. That's the number I needed for financial planning, not the fantasy number on my offer letter. Once you have this number written down, you know exactly what you're working with. This is your resource. This is what funds your entire life. And now you know exactly how much it is. Do you know your real take-home or just your salary? How to calculate your real monthly expenses? Don't lie to yourself. Now comes the harder part. Figuring out what you actually spend every month. And I mean actually spend, not what you wish you spend, or what you think sounds responsible. Start with fixed expenses, the bills that are the same every month. Rent or mortgage, car payment, insurance, phone, internet, subscriptions, loan payments. Write down each one with the exact amount. Add them all up. Then come the variable expenses. And this is where people lie to themselves. They say I spend about $300 on groceries when they really spend $500. They forget about gas, toiletries, household items, eating out, coffee runs, online shopping, haircuts, pet costs, gifts, entertainment. The only way to get real numbers for variable expenses is to look at your actual spending. Go through your bank and credit card statements for the last 2 or 3 months. See what you really spent on food, gas, shopping, everything. Average it out. That's your real number. Don't judge it yet. Don't try to make it look better than it is. Just write down the truth. Financial education starts with honesty, not with making yourself feel better. My fixed expenses were $2,200. My variable expenses averaged $1,450. Total, $3,650 per month. I was spending $250 more than I made every single month. No wonder my credit card balance kept growing, and I was always broke. The math was right there in black and white. Are you tracking what you actually spend, or what you think you should spend? Do the math, and face the truth. Now you have 2 numbers, your real monthly income, and your real monthly expenses. Time to do the simple math that reveals everything about your financial situation. Income minus expenses equals what? If it's positive, you have room to save, pay off debt, or build an emergency fund. If it's 0, you're breaking even with nothing left for emergencies or goals. If it's negative, you're going backwards every month, and that's why you're always broke. This is the truth that most people never confront. They avoid doing this math because deep down they know what it's going to show. But avoiding truth doesn't change reality. It just keeps you stuck. When I did my math, income $3,400 minus expenses $3,650 equaled negative $250. I was hemorrhaging money every month without realizing it. That's why my credit card debt kept growing. That's why I felt stressed all the time. The numbers don't lie. But here's what's powerful about this step. Once you see the real numbers, you know exactly what needs to happen. I needed to either make $250 more per month or cut $250 in expenses. Clear problem, clear solutions. No more guessing. This is personal finance management at its most basic and most powerful. Know what comes in, know what goes out. Face the gap, then fix it. What does your math show? Positive, 0, or negative? What to do once you know your numbers, once you've completed this one step, and you know your real numbers? Here's what happens next. If you're positive, you allocate that extra money with purpose, savings, debt payoff, whatever your priority is. If you're at 0, you look for ways to create margin. If you're negative, you have to cut or earn more immediately. For most people who are always broke, the numbers will show they're either at 0 or negative. That's actually good news, because now you know why you're broke. It's not bad luck. It's not the universe against you. It's math, and math can be fixed. I had to cut $250 from my monthly spending. I canceled subscriptions. I didn't use $40. I cut back on eating out and delivery, $120. I shopped sales for groceries more intentionally, $50. I negotiated my internet bill down $20. I found free entertainment instead of paid $20. There's my $250. Could I have jumped straight to cut $250 in spending without knowing my real numbers first? No. I wouldn't have known where to cut or how much I needed to cut. I would have made random changes and still ended up broke because I wasn't working from truth. The one step, knowing your real income and real expenses, makes every other step possible. It's the foundation. Everything else builds on this. Skip this step and you'll stay broke no matter what else you try. Are you ready to spend 20 minutes learning your real numbers? This step makes everything else work here. That's why this one step is so powerful. It makes every other piece of financial advice actually work. Want to create a budget? You need real numbers? Want to save money? You need to know what's available. Want to pay off debt? You need to see where money can come from. All those budgeting apps and personal budget templates you've tried before. They failed because you were entering fake numbers. You were guessing. You were being optimistic. And then reality hit, and the whole thing collapsed. When you start with real numbers, you build on solid ground. Your budget reflects your actual life. Your savings goal is based on what you can truly save. Your debt management plan works with the money you really have. I tried budgeting at least 5 times before I finally did it right. Every previous attempt failed within 2 weeks because I was budgeting based on what I wished was true instead of what was actually true. Once I started with real numbers, my budget worked because it was built on reality. This is financial literacy that changes outcomes. It's not sexy. It's not a hack. It's just honest math. But honest math is what separates people who stay broke from people who build stability. Will you commit to starting with truth? If you're always broke and you're tired of it, stop trying complicated systems and expensive solutions. Start with this one step. Figure out your real monthly income and your real monthly expenses. Do the math. Face the truth. This takes 20 minutes and costs nothing. Pull up your bank statements. Look at your paychecks. Write down every bill and expense. Add it up. See what the numbers say. That's your starting point. That's your foundation. Everything else you'll ever do with money builds on this step. Every budget, every savings plan, every debt payoff strategy, every financial goal, they all require knowing your real numbers first. Skip this step and you'll stay broke. Do this step and everything else becomes possible. If this video gave you the push you needed to finally face your numbers, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me positive, 0, or negative. What did your math show? Share this with someone who's always broke and doesn't know why. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe now. We re-here every day with practical advice to help you break free from being broke. Your numbers are waiting. Go find them. 20 minutes from now, you'll know exactly why you're broke and exactly what to fix. That's powerful.